Here we go again. My Steelers have to play the Baltimore Ravens, and you know what? They are in our way. The Baltimore Ravens are in our way from us reaching the goal that we have set for ourselves, okay? We need to be the AFC North champions, and as of today, the Baltimore Ravens stand in our way, and I don't know what to think about that. I do know, though, that I believe that the Eagles are better than the Ravens. I also feel like the Steelers know the Ravens better than any other team in the NFL, so this should be an easy game, right? Like, we should just go in there and take care of business and handle the Ravens, right? Like that should be what happens. Like, let's be honest, that's not going to be what happens. It's going to be one of those games where I don't even know what to say. I don't know how to call it. It's going to be up and down. It's going to have me nervous and anxious. And there's so many things that's going to happen this week, but this game is the game that matters the most. The next game you play is always the game that matters the most. And historically this year, I don't believe the Steelers have lost 2 games in a row. So that will be interesting. I will say though, that this year we also haven't played the Eagles and then the Ravens back to back, or even teams that are as good as them. So here we are. The Steelers have an opportunity to win the AFC North, and you know what? The only thing standing in their way is the Baltimore Ravens. And before I get into this video, I want to feel sorry for myself for a second. On Saturday, make sure you send me your thoughts and prayers. I have my Texas Longhorns, hook 'em, playing on one screen, and on the other screen, I'm going to have the Steelers and the Ravens. So I'm going to have the Texas Longhorns trying to advance in the college football playoffs on one screen, and then I'm going to have the Baltimore Ravens and the Steelers on another screen. What am I supposed to do? Like on Saturday, I don't know what I'm going to do. I might take my braids down because I might be so anxious. Let's be honest, I'm not taking these braids down. Life is too easy with braids, but I don't know what I'm going to do. But if you think about me on Saturday, send me your thoughts, prayers, all your good vibes, because I'm going to need them, because I'm going to be anxious and I'm going to be nervous and I'm going to be excited. You know what? I wouldn't have it any other way. Both of my teams are playing meaningful football in December, and that is what you want. That is what you sign up for, and that is what you want. And I couldn't be more proud of the Steelers team. So on the other side of this, I'm going to talk about all things Steelers and Ravens, and I'm going to leave my Texas Longhorns where they are for now, because this game is important and we need to win this game. So let me talk about and whine about all the things I want to on the other side of this video. You know, it's starting to kind of feel like the only person on the Steelers team that I can 100% trust is Chris Boswell. Like I trust Chris Boswell. Like at this point, I'm like, can we just get it to where Chris Boswell can kick a field goal? Because I don't know who else to trust on this team. I hope this game, Patrick Queen shows up, the Patrick Queen that I've been praising and talking about and loving on for the past few weeks. I hope that guy shows up against his former team in the Baltimore Ravens. And I hope I see the best version of the Steelers. And I get it. This is football. Football is highs and lows. Sometimes you execute, sometimes you don't execute. You never really know what you're going to get. I understand that, but that doesn't mean that I can't want my guys to show up and win. Like that's what I want. I should not have to lower that standard because it's football. That can't happen. I want it to happen. So that's going to be my standard. Honestly, though, I hope Patrick Queen is ready to go. I hope whatever happened last week, I hope he's good. I hope he's focused. I hope he's locked in. I also am very curious to see how the Steelers look against the Ravens. I said in my Eagles video that the Baltimore Ravens remind me a lot of the Philadelphia Eagles, although I feel like the Philadelphia Eagles are better. They're a little bit more crisp, in my opinion. They've played with each other longer, so I think that they're better. But that doesn't mean that the Ravens aren't good. The Ravens have Derrick Henry, so they can run the ball. They have Lamar Jackson, who we all know by now. I support Lamar Jackson unless my team is playing his team. So other than that, the Ravens are solid. I always like to say the Ravens in a weird way are like a mirror image of us. And what I mean by that is we both like to play really good defenses, but the difference is the Ravens offense is a little bit better than the Steelers offense because I don't know what the hell the Steelers offense is. So there's that. But let's be honest. Absolutely none of that matters. Absolutely none of that matters. You want to know why it doesn't matter? Because this is for the AFC North Championship. This is for all the marbles. This is why you play sports. You want to win championships. You want to be the leader. You want to work so hard that you are the leader of something. So I don't care what the stats say. I don't care what everybody is saying. I don't care what is going on. Absolutely nobody picked the Steelers to be here except for Steelers fans. And so I am going to embrace this moment. I'm going to love on this moment, and I'm going to cheer my team on because that is what matters most. The one thing I do know though about the Steelers team that I've been watching throughout the year, because at this point we have 4 losses. We lost to Dallas, we lost to the Colts, we lost to the Browns, and we lost to the Eagles. In my opinion, One of the main reasons why we lost to those teams is because our third down conversion rate and our ability to get off the field on third down, we were not good at it. And that is a problem. You cannot win football games historically if you're not good at getting off the field on third down or sustaining drives on third down. So I'm going to be paying attention to our third down conversion rate, and I'm going to be paying attention to what we're able to do to the Ravens when they are in third down situations. This is in Baltimore, so we're not at home anymore. So this is where the rubber meets the road, right? This is why we have one of the toughest schedules to end the season, is because we're on the road playing the Eagles. We're on the road playing the Ravens. Like, here we go. This is football. I'm signed up. I'm fired up. I'm dialed in. I'm focused. Let me talk about the three things I'm going to be really paying attention to. Well, in addition to the one thing I just said about converting on third down and getting off the field on third down, let me tell you about the other three things I'm going to be paying attention to when I'm watching my Steelers take on the Ravens, because these things are all going to matter. The first thing is pretty self-explanatory, is injuries. After the Eagles game, the Steelers had some injuries with TJ Watt, and I can't remember the guy that got hurt during the game, number 26. He had a back injury. He actually came into the game with that injury, but that's a different conversation. And then you have other guys that are also injured. So George Pickens, we have a defensive tackle that is injured. So we have a lot of injuries. So I am going to be paying attention to who is going to be in the starting lineup for the Steelers. What is our defense going to look like this weekend? And is George Pickens going to come back? So I don't care what anybody has to say about George Pickens. The Pittsburgh Steelers need George Pickens. And so I hope to see George Pickens out there this weekend. And I hope to see a healthy TJ Watt. I know it's at the end of the year. Nobody really is 100% healthy. I totally understand that. But this is for the AFC North Championship. So I need everybody that can get out there, to get ready to play. Like, this is it. This is our moment. I need everybody to show up for this moment, because this matters. The second thing I'm going to be paying attention to is the weather. I have been watching the forecast throughout the week just to kind of see what's going on. And I don't know what the weather is going to be like. I don't know if it's going to be windy. I don't know if it's going to rain. I don't know if it's going to snow. I don't really know what's going to happen, because let's be honest, the weather is kind of wonky. So it just kind of is what it is. But what I do know, in my personal opinion, I feel like the nastier the weather gets, I think the better chances the Ravens have, because they have a great running back. Who wants to tackle Derrick Henry in the rain? Like, who wants to tackle him anyway? But in the rain, like, I don't really know if I want to tackle Derrick Henry in the rain. But that's one thing. I'll leave that where it's at. But the second thing is Lamar Jackson. Our quarterback is old. And so when you have an older quarterback, they don't scramble as much. Lamar Jackson's going to be able to scramble in the rain. Now, again, I don't know if Justin Fields is healthy, but if the weather gets gross and if it gets a little nasty, I'm going to have a couple of concerns. I will say the Steelers did play pretty good against the Browns in the snow. Our issues actually were in the first half of that game and not necessarily in the second half of that game, but just something that I'm going to be paying attention to, because this is what I do. I research and I dig and I try to find things, and this is something that caught my attention, so I'm going to be focused on it. The third thing, I actually don't even want to talk about the third thing. The third thing is our offense. Like, are we going to be stale? What are we going to do? Are we going to run the ball? Are we going to do pitches? Are we going to see Cordell Patterson? Are we going to look a hot ass mess? Like, I don't even know what to say about this offense at this time. I've been whining about it all year. Me whining about it again in this video is not going to do anything. So I'm just going to throw it out there. I'm going to be paying attention to this offense. I don't even know. I don't know what this offense is. So we'll see, right? Like, TBD. We'll see what this offense is. I need this offense to score points. And that's the best I can say, because I don't really know what to expect from them. And that's a bigger issue that I can't address today, but it is what it is. This is the offense I have. This is the quarterback I have. This is what we're doing. So I'm riding with my team. I'm here, whatever. Like, it is what it is. There's nothing I can do about it, really. At the end of the day, you cannot be a Steelers fan and not pick the Steelers to win this game, okay? The Steelers will find a way to win this game. I don't care if it's at the field goal. I don't care. The Steelers need to find a way to win this game. There's just, like, I could go on and on and on, but I'm going to pick the Steelers because I'm a Steelers fan, and the Steelers need to win this game. This is for the AFC North. Nobody thought that the Pittsburgh Steelers are going to have a chance to win the AFC North this year. We have to make it happen. The Steelers need to find a way. I don't care what happens. You know what? The Steelers just need to find a way. I don't care if our clock management sucks. I don't care if we make bad personnel decisions. I don't care if our offense is terrible. I don't care if I don't know what our defense is doing. I don't care if the best player on our team might be hurt. I don't care about any of that. I need the Steelers to figure out a way to win this game. You want to know why? Because the Baltimore Ravens are the most penalized team in football, if not the most, one of the most penalized teams in football. Lamar Jackson usually doesn't play well against the Steelers. Steelers, and I want us to want it more than them. So I'm going to pick the Steelers to win this game. I don't know what's going to happen. I can't predict it. Just know I will be anxious the whole game, and I will be sitting there and I will be either shaking my head or nodding my head or maybe a combination of all those things. And at the end of the day, I just need the Steelers to have one more point than the Baltimore Ravens, and then we can all move on and we can celebrate winning the AFC North, because that is all I want at this time. So I am going to end this video here. I'm going to pick my Steelers to win. If you don't like my Steelers to win this game, I don't care. That's not my problem, okay? I'm going to stay focused. I'm going to stay locked in. I'm loyal to my teams. I'm going to pick my team to win. And if you have a problem with that, go talk to somebody else. That's not my problem. But as always, here we go.